Hi, my name is Judy McClurg, and I've been going to Vintage Grace almost since the very beginning. About 12 and a half years ago, I went through a really painful divorce after being married for 30 years. And I just entered into a time of confusion and abandonment and feelings of rejection and trying so hard to figure out what had happened and why, and looking for solutions through my own mental processes and also through just talking about it with other people, and just going through that for 9 long years. And I think what really blows me away is that I could have been a Christian for 38 years and to not have really understood how much of that time I was still sitting on the throne of my life. And it was through a really painful time and experiencing a lot of loss that I realized that I needed to surrender and trust God to bring me through this time. And it's been a real journey. It's been a real journey for me. So 3 years ago, things sort of changed because I was at church and listening to one of Drew's messages, and he made the following statement: God uses our trials to give us an opportunity to trust Him. And that was a real shift in my thinking, because up until that time, I was always seeing God through the perspective and through the lens of my feelings and my circumstances and what was going on. And what He really has had to show me is that I'm not the proving ground of His greatness, that He is over and above all things. And I needed to be able to surrender to that, surrender to His sovereignty, to get off the throne of my life and let Him have full sway in my life, to do what He wanted. Beyond that, as I trusted Him more and more, realizing who He is in His glory, realizing who I am apart from Him, which is absolutely lost without Him, and realizing His love and His forgiveness for me, even in my sad state, and then through that, finding freedom to forgive someone else that had hurt me, realizing that nobody else's sin is greater than my sin, that the ground at the foot of the cross is level, that I'm on same footing with everyone else, and so to receive forgiveness for myself, I have to be able to experience that for others. And from that point on, because I'd experienced real forgiveness and healing, my one desire was to have a time of reconciliation, to mutually acknowledge that we were so lucky to have, so many great years. To just be able to mutually agree to that was something that I really wanted. And I knew I couldn't orchestrate that. And then God literally orchestrated an opportunity for that to take place. And we were able to have a face-to-face conversation and agreement that what we'd had for most of our 30 years was really, really great, and that we could be grateful for that. And that was just, for me, that was like beyond any expectation I could have had for reconciliation. I felt like it was truly a godly reconciliation, because I wasn't needing an apology, I wasn't needing explanations, I wasn't needing anything other than to just be able to agree that we were so fortunate to have what we had for as long as we had it, and to be grateful. And God allowed us to have that moment.